Soyinka gives 30-day ultimatum to those challenging his academic record to submit evidence to EFCC, ICPC, or that's a jump from River Niger. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. There were reports in the certain media, not Sahara reporters, that he claimed by Soyinka that he obtained the first-class bachelor degree in English literature from Leeds University was being challenged. Nobel laureate Prof. Wole Soyinka on Friday reacted to reports alleging discrepancies in his academic record while asking the purveyors of a solid material to submit all evidence. However, many called to the nation's investigative agencies. Soyinka listed the Directorate of Prosecutions, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, plus the affected institutions, saying the peddlers of a story had only 30 days to submit their evidence to the agencies listed. There have been reports in certain media that the claim by Soyinka that he obtained a first-class bachelor degree in English language from Leeds University was being challenged. A certain Prof. James Gibbs was said to have made the claim, saying in an interview in Accra, Ghana, that in a 1983 interview with Mike Awoyinfa, published by Sunday Concord of February 27th, Wole Soyinka claimed that after his first degree in Leeds, he did not feel like going for any postgraduate studies, saying, "I was bored. I felt that I had grasped enough of what I wanted from my literature studies. So I felt I wanted to get out and write. I believe that the student period of one's existence should be short and intense. So after 3 years, I felt I should go out." However, Gibbs told Today in an exclusive interview in Ghana that the claim was a blatant lie, since Professor Soyinka had duly completed his MA program in English literature but failed in the autumn of 1957, a report by Century Post said. Gibbs went further to reveal that Soyinka sat papers on Shakespeare, the novel, and the period 1660 to 1668 and American literature. He submitted an essay on O'Neill and he presented himself for an oral exam in 1958. However, Gibbs said Soyinka's work did not satisfy the examiners, Kettle and Jellifat's internal, Professor Sutherland of London University, and Professor D.S. Welland of Manchester external. He seemed to realize that the candidate Soyinka was ill and in a state of considerable nervous tension. It is on record that if they had known how sick he was, he would not have been allowed to see the papers. That was what, and Wole Soyinka had to wait until 1973 for a postgraduate qualification from the same University of Leeds, he had added. Reacting to the allegation, Soyinka, in a release sent to Sahara reporters on Friday, said that he also had copied his reaction to the Academic Staff Union Association, Accra, Nigerian Association of Authors, the Nobel Foundation, Stockholm, the University of Leeds, the alleged Bristol primary source, and his school. He said, and I quote, "A document of unmatchable cruelty, last encountered during General Sani Abacha's global campaign of calumny against opponents of his despotic, infernally venal, and homicidal reign is back in circulation. Duly modified to suit a debased internet culture, it is making its grimy sounds ironically under the auspices of a democratic political party supposedly dedicated to the ethos of freedom of opinion and expression." The content of that script are attributed, as before, to the scholastic industry of a Bristol school teacher. While waiting a decision from my lawyers whether or not to dignify the current success of this mode tract with legal action, I wish to state in advance that I voluntarily waive all protection under the statute of limitation and insist that the laws be governed fraudulent academic claims be invoked and applied to these allegations to the uttermost limit. I also declare in advance that if found culpable, I shall strip myself of any titles and honors I may have gathered in my entire career, from the most obscure to the most covered. In return, I respect the purveyors of this solid material to submit all evidence, however minuscule, to the nation's investigative agencies, directors of prosecution, EFCC, ICPC, plus affected institutions and others within 30 days. Failing this elementary service in public interest within the stated time, and or if such allegations are yet again proven baseless, thus indicating that the sponsored can boast of neither honors or their careers nor honors to their birth origins, then, as a token of moral recompense, they should undertake to jump off the bridge of the symbolic river Niger, provided with life jacket to ensure a life of remorse after this ritual purgation, but chained to one another in a commendable unity of purpose. This is being copied to the Academic Staff Association of Nigeria, Pan-African Workers Association, Accra, Nigerian Association of Authors, the Noble Foundation, Stockholm, the University of Leeds, and the alleged Bristol primary source of his school, and the infested media. Well, for me, Soyinka should stop. All these things are very inconsequential, if you ask me. Really, really inconsequential. All right. When people mistake your craftiness for wisdom, old age will solely bring out the folly that men celebrated as sagacity. In other words, what are you trying to say? Baje Professor, let's talk about a Shiwago certificate forger before first. He was asking for his academic record, a whole prof, Mr. Lion, and the Jewel in literature book. The same way Agbado was bragging about the Chicago Cambridge results. All right. Tribal puff, no truth in you, and there is no sense of honesty in all your approach to national issues. I wonder what our children will learn from him. Are you really serious? Okay, you two go Chicago University in 1970 or in 1974. Well, at the end of the day, this is what I'm going to say. Let them make sure that this particular person is not offended. Is not offended. Hence, well, now this is what I'm going to say. Soyinka is even the one that put himself in this particular